know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got 'em right. Hey, I've been tryna make these hits, I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit, now I got 'em on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three, I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got 'em like. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got 'em right. Hey, I've been tryna make these hits, I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit, now I got 'em on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three, I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got 'em like. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got 'em right. Hey, I've been tryna make these hits, I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit, now I got 'em on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three, I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got 'em like. Lately they been calling, I don't know, you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Whoa. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Whoa. Now I got 'em right. Shit, I've been trying to make these hits. I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit. Now I got 'em on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three. I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know, you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Whoa. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Whoa. Now I got 'em like. Lately they been calling, I don't know, you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Whoa. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Whoa. Now I got 'em right. Shit, I've been trying to make these hits. I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit. Now I got 'em on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three. I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know, you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Whoa. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Whoa. Now I got 'em like.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We back with another sold out. No, this ain't sold out. This is Music Monday, man. The kid is already messing up at the beginning of the live, but welcome back to another Music Mondays, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already, man. My name is Jeremy Jones, and normally I make content about sneakers and, of course, occasional try-on hauls, and now we have slowly, as you can see, this is still new to the kid, we've incorporated Music Mondays. Dunks said he should be catching the end of the live. Y'all know I'm going to go for like an hour and 30 minutes on this topic for sure. Like I try to keep him at an hour and 30 minutes at max. Dunks is working overtime, getting that bread. So salutes to Dunks. And hopefully he can make it home in time and hop right on the live for us real quick, man. But y'all see the topic, man. And like that, if y'all haven't signed up for the Sold Out Discord, I'm going to go ahead and plug it anyway since I kind of already opened up with that. Y'all sign up for the Sold Out Discord because it's more than just sneakers over there. We talk a little bit of everything, man. So appreciate everybody that signed up before. I want to see who we got in the building, man. Y'all see the topic, man. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me okay audio-wise and like just quality-wise, making sure everything is good because it looks good on my end, and then we're going to dive into the topic. This came out at the beginning of February, I believe. Pretty much the top, 50 greatest rappers that Billboard/Vibe put together. And pretty much, when it comes to hip-hop and just music in general, which I hope Dunks can join me in on this one. But y'all know when it comes to hip-hop, man, it's honestly, everybody's favorite's not going to be there. I already see Manny pretty much kind of kick this off in the Discord saying Lil Wayne is number one. And Lil Wayne kind of re-sparked this because I don't know why we didn't touch this at the beginning February because we already had Music Mondays, but I feel like something else trumped the topic. But I'm glad that we're able to go back and revisit this joint, right? Okay, so with all that being said, pretty much they did like the top 50 greatest rappers of all time, and they said rappers, right? So we got to put that in the hip hop category. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna go on reverse tonight. I'm gonna see who they have at number one, which we already know has been set at Jay-Z, but I think I'm gonna go 1 through 50, and I feel like honestly with this topic, it's so broad because I feel like where does the groups fall in, hip hop groups fall into this? Because I feel like some of them should have made it on the list. Yes, some of the group members made it. Y'all, I'm going all the way with this joint. I'm all over the place on this one right here. But we're going to drive it back home to basically Lil Wayne resparking this conversation up. But let me hit the chat real quick and I'm going to continue going on. Let's see. We got Kwame in the building says, yo, what's good? What up, Kwame? We got Shoe Nation says, Little Pump has to be the top 5. He has to be in the top 5. Yeah, I know that's gotta be a joke. Manny with the Kick says, what's good? He chats. Manny says, Lil Wayne number 1 spot. Let's go. Old Dirty Bastard second place. Okay, so we got. Okay, well, I was gonna say, Manny, you from New York, but you picked Lil Wayne for number 1. And let me just put it this way. I think honestly, if we're gonna keep it 100. I think they should break it down by decades, man. I don't think, but technically, this is where we got to give. I don't agree with you, Manny, saying Lil Wayne is number 1, but I'm going to say this. His work ethic, what he's brought to the game, and think about it, low-key, a lot of people, I'm going to let this register. Lil Wayne has been rapping since the 99s. You know what I'm saying? Actually, probably longer, but whenever pretty much Juke and all them blew up, the whole Cash Money blew up. We had Wayne. We had Wayne. Remember he brought in the bling bling. You know what I'm saying? Wayne has literally been rapping since the very late 90s. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne, I will say this. I'm not going to take away Lil Wayne's work ethic. That man is, everybody in the rap game respects him for a reason. You know, we can go down the hits that he's done. You know what I'm saying? Manny with the Kick says, trolling with the second place contender. Okay, you trolling. Okay, so Old Dirty Bastard definitely could easily be on the list because he has some hits too, though. And that's my thing. It's some people I feel like that shouldn't. I just feel like you can't. I feel like they should have went on and just merged it with hip hop groups as well. And another thing that I pointed up too, I pulled up as I was doing a little bit of research for this one, Manny. I don't know. I'm about to tell my age, and I'm probably about to tell Dunk's age, but a list like this was done similar. They did the top 20 rappers or top 22 rappers. MTV, whenever MTV actually used to be like music television before they slowly faded to reality TV until now. I don't even know what comes on there because I don't even think about the channel when it comes to music. But when it was still on that, like we still do music and other things as well, before it became so versatile. That's the word I'm looking for. They actually did a top 20 or top 2020 list. I'm going to play I have the video, but I'm going to play it on mute because I just really want to go through the countdown. They don't have the whole video online. Nobody's found the episode, but it does exist. But they do have where they did the countdown from pretty much 20 till now. So this was back in like early 2000s. I want to say the video, matter of fact, I'm gonna see, and just because this is when it was uploaded on YouTube, but this don't mean how old the actual video is. But yeah, this was back in 2013. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and put it on mute now before I even start playing it, before I forget. But pretty much it was on MTV2. So if you guys familiar with MTV and MTV2, we're telling our age here, man. But Lil Wayne has an argument to be at least in the top 5, right? Okay, I'm going to share my screen, go over the article that really sparked this joint, and then we're going to dive right on in of, I want to say this. I'll say this off rip, and I wish Dunks was here to confirm this, but I want y'all to sign off, right? What is your top 5 for real? If you got to do a top 5, I want everybody take some thought into this too as we dive in this joint. Your top 5 hip hop artists or rap artists, right, of all time. That's very hard. It's easier said than done. And to me, right, what I was saying before I think hip hop groups should be on the list, like groups like Wu-Tang, even though I know they're saying rappers, but I mean, like, all honesty, I don't think we can do like a top 10 greatest hip hop groups because they were all impactful. So, I mean, or a top 50, because I don't even know if it's that many hip hop groups to begin with. There's a lot. But I think we should put them all under the same roof if we're going to go that route. You know, and I seen the way Ice Cube actually responded to it through TMZ pretty much. You know, he pretty much say they don't have any validation. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I borderline agree. I mean, I understand some of the reasons of why they put the numbers in, but my thing is this, Jay-Z #1, I can't get jiggy with it, man. I know, and then I'm going to go over this list that I got on the screen, and we're going to compare it to now. Keep in mind, this was uploaded in 2013, but I believe this was actually probably like more like 2011 when this joint probably even came out for real. Actually, I'm lying. No, this was back when this list is even older than that because I'm pretty sure I was still living in my mama crib when this list came out. So it's way older than 2013 because I wasn't at my mama crib in 2013. I had moved out. But let's see. Shoe Nation says, last time I saw MTV, I was watching Bully Beatdown. Okay, so that I don't even know what that is. So if that's a show on MTV, that tells me one thing right there. We got Delilah in the building says, unfortunately, MC Light is underrated in this era. This is true. You're right. I believe so as well. She's one of those had the voiceover. She's done the voiceover for like so many award shows, and one I can think of is like I know she does the voiceover for like the BET Awards, not the hip hop ones probably, but I know the BET Awards. She's done that for several years. And that's another thing too. If they're gonna say that's another thing, I was gonna say you should separate. You could easily separate the lady rappers from the male rappers, but is it enough to really make a 50s list? So if they're going to merge, I feel like this. If they're going to put ladies in this, then they got to put the hip hop groups in this as well. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Andre 3000 is on the list, but the rapper from Outkast, the other half, Big Boy, isn't on the list. Make that make sense. You know what I'm saying? We got songs where features Andre 3000, like he did a song with Jeezy, but Jeezy isn't on the list, to the best of my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But Jeezy isn't on the list, but Gucci Mane makes a list. This is where I got to kind of contradict this. This is why people saying the list is kind of borderline not valid. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like this. If the one half of the member made it, they kind of both made it, even if one carried the other. But to be honest, Outkast is one of the greatest hip-hop groups of all time, and no matter how you slice it and dice it to say who had the better style, I could listen to both of them, even when they did the double album. You know what I mean? What is it? It's something Left Foot and The Love Below. It was a double album. I guess I don't know the story of why they did a double album. They kept it very professional with their answer, but a lot of people assumed like they was pretty much on the, hey, everybody's about to go do their own thing, because it just seems like the styles were slowly not the same as what they once was. But I don't think there's no major beef between Outkast, right? Nothing that can't be talked out. Let's see. You say Lady of Rage, Queen Latifah as well. Queen Latifah is actually on the list. Dre. So I'm gonna go through. I don't know if you've had a chance to actually look at the list. But they do have the list. I'm going to go through the old list first, but I kind of want to go over what sparked this, which is Lil Wayne. He sparked this first. Lil Wayne said he should be #1 on the list. And, you know, Manny is agreeing. So let me share my screen here. Give me like 2 seconds. Boom. So right here, he said this the other day. They kind of re-sparked this list up, which I guess when you ask Wayne, he's going to give you the truthful answer. Says Lil Wayne says he should be #1 on Billboard's greatest rapper list. Who the hell before me? Tupac, sir. Notorious B.I.G. You know, Notorious B.I.G. You know what I'm saying? Nas. And then this is my thing. This is where I can contradict where Wayne's. I'm not saying Wayne should be top 5. He's at #7 on the list, but Wayne should be top 5. But here's my thing. Wayne has come out several times and said that his favorite rapper is Jay-Z. So if his favorite rapper is Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, the person that you look up to. And that's another thing too. I feel like Jay-Z being #1 on the list is super biased, because when I actually watched the reasoning on Vogue, or watched the reasoning on the Billboard YouTube channel as to how they did their top 10 as to why in descriptions. I'm not going to play it because they play so much music of the people's music that it'll probably copyright the stream, and I don't want to risk getting it taken down and all that. But I will say this. When they said, one thing I remember them saying that about Jay-Z is that it's just the mogul that he's become. And it's like, yeah, but you talking rap, you're talking music. We're not talking who's the most successful rapper of all time, because he probably, he is number one, probably most successful rapper on the list. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that's not the name of, we're saying greatest rappers. Meaning like you, and then let's clarify this too, guys. You know what I'm saying? What does it take to really qualify to be like considered the greatest rappers? Because this is the thing. You can think of some people who can make a hit, but they can't like freestyle. You got some people that can freestyle and got lyrics, but can't make a hit. You know what I'm saying? You got to be very versatile to be considered the greatest in my book. You got to like literally when you can cross over, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. And I'm not taking a shot at anybody in New York because I know, Manny, don't take this the wrong way. I'm trying to word this the best way I can. But Papoose, great lyricist, bars. But he didn't go commercial. I'm not saying he sold out or anything because he definitely didn't. Papoose made he's made music videos, but he never made that like mainstream thing. He kept it there. But I mean, that's why I said it takes more than just lyrics to be considered one of the greatest of all times. Now, one thing we can say about Wayne is he got metaphors after metaphors. Now, some of them didn't age well, but he's got the talent, he's got the work ethic, so I definitely got to give it to Wayne on that. Let me hit the chat real quick. Manny says, I had to go back into the lab and get a list. Now, hold on. Nas, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Drake, Jadakiss. I'm going to show the list up on the screen. Don't worry, I'm going to show the list up on the screen. Shoe Nation says, most popular, best songs and lyrics make, and also your legacy, I feel, makes you the best. True, but if we're going to go off Jay-Z songs, like, he's had some impactful songs, but I mean, if we're gonna rate that, then we gotta take it down a little. We gotta take him off of the number one. I feel like personally the list gotta get shifted back, like from one on down. You know what I'm saying? I feel like by default, and this is just me, by default, the number one spots have always gotta go to Tupac and Big. Now you can use those interchangeably of whoever, but I feel like the 1 and 2 spots have got to go to them because they took the game to another level. You know what I'm saying? With the hip hop beef, but not just that, they were making great music, man. And the most impactful artists, hip hop artists, one of them. A lot of them are, but I would say like they're the two biggest impact. Like you can't talk rap without them. And let me see. Actually, I think I have the list. I'm going to scroll down all the way to what they put them at. Hold on real quick, because they put Rick Ross at 50, whatever. You know, we can debate what goes at the tail end, but I want to scroll down to very, 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 very beginning, right? Because they put Eminem at number 5. That's another thing. How's Eminem over Biggie? I don't think, and we can ask Eminem himself. Eminem himself will probably not put him over Biggie. So Manny says, that's my top 5. Shoe Nation says, plot twist, Jay-Z made the list. Oh, I definitely know Jay-Z made the list. Most popular, read that one. But okay, so you're saying your top 5 is Nas, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Drake, and Jadakiss. Yeah. Okay, I got you, Manny. But this is my thing, right? And I respect it. I respect that list. I respect it. But to be honest, I think all these rappers, right? Ask any of them who their number ones is, you're always arguably probably gonna get, you're either gonna get Notorious B.I.G. or you're gonna get Tupac. And then, to be honest, most people would then say either Wayne or Jay-Z. You know, mainly because if you think about it, Wayne, to be honest, right? And I'm not trying to deride Lil Wayne or anything, pause. But what I'm saying is probably Wayne is your rapper, all the younger rappers that are out now. If you ask you, that's why you really can't ask them. But if you ask them, they're going to say their favorite rapper is Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's under Lil Wayne's generation, he's made a whole nother, he's very impactful. So Wayne, in my head, he's got to be top 5 regardless. Now, he is not number 1. I'm going to say that. He is very impactful, but he's not number 1, but he's definitely in the top 5 easily. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my top 5 at the end if we dissect this list, man, because we're going to go through this together. Big Money Sonny says, Tupac, done, and end of topic. Time to wrap up the live, Jeremy. Right, we can give Tupac number 1, Big Money, but, I mean, we still got to give credit to the other greats as well. You know what I'm saying? We can't just say Tupac and done, because, I mean, And then if we're gonna use the cheat code where, you know what Shoe Nation said, most popular best songs, lyrics makes up also legacy. Tupac's legacy is on another level. This man, even how he went out, he was on his way to a Mike Tyson fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you can put Tupac in the acting category as well. He is very versatile. You know what I'm saying? Poetry. He's got lyrics. He made hits. He's arguably I'm not going to say he's the best actor of all time, but he's one of those, when he gets into character, he gets into character. He makes you believe that person. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to give it to that too. If we're gonna take that route, you know what I'm saying? E. De Niro says Wayne did his thing during his time. Most definitely he did. But who, I think, and then the pickup after that, to be honest, we got to give Wayne, if we're going to use that, what we're going off what Shoe Nation said, another reason we got to give Wayne so much credit, because not only because of the music and things that not only the music that he brought to hip hop, but isn't he responsible for Drake and Nicki's careers? And let me clarify that. Like, he brought them on. I don't think he wrote any songs or did anything, but he saw the talent in them and brought them on. They were young money. You know what I'm saying? So Drake and Nicki, arguably two of the most greatest to do it, like male and female during their time. And let's face it, when Nicki was on, she was on. And my thing with Nicki, not to take shots at Nicki, but you gotta say this though, if we're gonna give, because Nicki is number 10. I don't know if you guys know that, but Nicki is number 10. I think I actually have another thing. I thought I had another issue. That's on that. But I was gonna say this, because I can pull up the actual like 10 list and share the screen. But I think Nicki, she's number 10, and I can definitely do a search through this. But Nicki's number 10. But I will say this. Lil' Kim, I don't believe is on the list. You know what? I'm gonna do a search. Let me do a search real quick. I don't think Lil' Kim made the list. Let me see. I'm gonna just type in Kim and do a search, right? I don't think Lil' Kim made the list, because she definitely, there she go. Lil' Kim is at 31. She definitely made the list. Okay, so I just proved myself wrong. I'm sorry. Wherever Nicki, in my opinion, right? Wherever Nicki is on the list, Lil' Kim needs to be either, so if Nicki's number 10, Lil' Kim should be 11, or she should be number 9, if we're going to go off that order. Because you still got to, like, if Nicki paved the way for female hip hop, Lil' Kim did it first. You just, I think that's the only thing Lil' Kim has just been asking for, that she don't get her just due. You know what I'm saying? And think about where Lil' Kim can't come from. Why Lil' Kim should be always, honestly, I'm going to just say this. Best female rapper, I love Queen Latifah. I love MC Lyte. You know, I love the newer female artists today. But Lil' Kim set a different tone. And she did it off of who other? One of the greatest of all time, Notorious B.I.G. He, like, loved the way she rapped. But he showed her to bring in that type of appeal, that style. Let's just call it what it is. The sex appeal that you see that's in hip hop. She brought that sex appeal. She brought that to the game, you know. But not only did she, you know, because she was bringing that, you know, it seems like it was almost just rated R for hip hop. You know, she was going in, you know what I'm saying? Fun fact, she even got a song with Ray J, ironically, right? But salutes to Ray J. But let's see. J-Rod says, where Vanilla Ice at? Come on, bro. I'm pretty sure he's not on the list. I'm gonna type it in just for like just and giggles. But yeah, Vanilla Ice can't make the list. Yeah, he's not. Pusha T is at 29. Okay, cool. There's no way that Vanilla Ice is even on the list. I just typed in Ice to do a search. Yeah, Vanilla Ice is not on this list, because I'm pretty sure it would have showed up Vanilla Ice. Who is this right here? We got Q-Tip's at 27. But see, if you got Q-Tip, then you got to think of a Tribe Called Quest. That's why I think the groups should be on a part of this list as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just leave it at that. Let's see. Big Money Sonny says, Roxanne Shante is the greatest female rapper of all time. She did her thing. But I think Lil' Kim set that different, you know, tone. You know what I'm saying? You got to give your respect to, you definitely got to give it. And I highly doubt they have Roxanne on the list. You know, I can even check that, because I just doing a little search right up here. I don't think she's on the list. And that's why a lot of people is saying this list is pretty much non-valid, man. And to be honest, I'm kind of with them too, because, I mean, once we see, honestly, we can all arguably agree Jay-Z isn't like on here. So yeah, they have her mentioned under Cool G Rap and Roxanne, but they give it more so to Big Daddy Kane, but she ain't even pulling up because as you can see, they pull up Big Daddy Kane as number 20. This is my thing. What number is Rakim? Because Rakim has to be on the list. Everybody should know who Rakim is. If he's not on here, then the list is definitely that. So he's down to 13. Eric B and Rakim did their thing. And then Andre 3000, number 12. So like I said, this list is kind of funny. Kanye West they have at 11. That's why I think it should be broken down into generations. Ye, impactful, definitely did his thing, but I don't think I could break Ye into the top. Yeah, he didn't break it into the top 10. I don't think I can put Ye in the top 20. You know, if he is, he's at the end of top 20. If I got to go off of making a whole 50s list, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. J Rod says Little Kim low key look like a alien now. Yeah, she went a little overboard, but see, that's the thing though. Little Kim crawled so these other females can walk, as far as even in that lane too, because of how she looks. She did all that type of modification thing kind of first, and ladies just found better and better places. They did what she did. It was just stuff changed over time. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't age well with it. So we're going to see how some of these ladies look in about 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they look nice now. Well, from what I seen with Nicki, you know, she looking like her stuff starting to turn into Lil' Kim. And like I said, that's what she looked like she went after. You know what I mean? Manny with the Kick says, dang, they did Lil' Kim foul. They most definitely did her foul. You know what I'm saying? I just honestly, I feel like you can't, in my eyes, in my mind, right? In my world, wherever Lil' Kim is, Nicki's got to be underneath by default. But they're going to say music wise, you know, I'm thinking more so cultural impact and who paved the way. But I guess in that case, you know, we would put this order damn near in reverse almost, except we can't put, like Rick Ross, I don't think he would break my top. If I was to do a top 20, I don't think, and I love Ross music, but I don't think I could break him in the top 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's definitely did his thing. And I'm still surprised there's no Jeezy on the list. Like, I type in Jeezy is not on the list. Watch this thing prove me wrong, but I'm almost positive Jeezy is not on the list. He is mentioned, like, under this, like with Outkast, where Andre 3000 is, but he's not actually on the list. Now, that's wrong. But they got Gucci on here. Let me show y'all where they got Gucci at. Gucci is on the list at number 38. This is my thing with this, like I was saying earlier. If Gucci's on the list, bro, so is Jeezy. I mean, did we not witness them do the verses? Because nobody wanted to see no other verses unless it was Gucci versus Jeezy. And we know it's because they had beef in the past, which it seems like, you know, you could throw something up in it and it could easily be started back up. But yeah, nobody wants to see Gucci without Jeezy on the list. I'm not saying music-wise, because I would love to go to a Gucci concert or a Jeezy concert, but on a list, Gucci definitely super impactful too, you know. But I mean, you could think of all the people that he's birthed, you know, on the likes of Young Thug, you know. But Young Thug said he's heavily influenced by Lil Wayne, you know, but he's cool with Gucci. So that's just how that goes, because he actually was signed to him. Entor says, hey, what's good? Is Big L on the list? I don't believe so, but I will see. We'll type it in, Big L. I'm pretty sure he didn't yet. So let's see what we got right here. No, Black Thought, which I feel like Black Thought, which is they should just put the whole groups, the roots on there. So pretty much if I type in Big L, nothing comes up. So he's definitely not on the list, but I feel like he's one of those you gotta still mention. So I'm guessing they mentioned him somewhere up in here. Actually, he didn't even come up. So he's not even on there. Nobody even mentioned him. So that's another thing. But Black Thought, I feel like they, and he's part of the group's roots. So yeah, that's the thing with that. So I think he definitely deserves to be on the list. But I mean, you might as well that's why I said we should go ahead and throw the groups in there as well. That's how I feel. Manny with the Kick says, yeah, nah, he number 52. Who number 52? Ye, nah, he number 50. Oh, you saying Kanye is number 52? Oh, wow. You foul for that. He ain't no 52. Come on. You got, we talking music, we talking all the like. He's definitely, if anything, if they're gonna go off this list, he's been just as impactful as Jay-Z. As far as bringing the fashion side of things to it. Noah, all the rap artists tried the fashion thing, right? Like from P Diddy to pretty much Jay-Z to all of them done their own merch thing. You had Sean Combs, we had the S Dots, we had pretty much Sean Carter merch. You know what I'm saying? They've done it, but they ain't did it on the level of like, yay. The Slayer says Billboard ain't hip hop. Ice Cube. Yep, I watched that earlier. I saw that on YouTube. He said it, and I agree. He said some truth into that. Man the Kick says, what number is J. Cole? Let's look it up. I don't remember his, but let's see. I know they put him on the list. So let's see. Cole right here, number 15. And to be honest, I will push him back a little further. And then I think they have Kendrick at number 2. I'm almost positive they have Kendrick at number 2. So let me check this real quick. So this is coming on down. Kanye number 11, Nicki number 10, which I disagree. Snoop Dogg's number 9, Drake number 8, which I feel like Drake should be pushed back. I think Drake, he's definitely in the top 10, but I can't put him close to Wayne. Wayne, I could easily put at number 4 or 5. But Eminem, that's another thing too. No disrespect to the Eminem fans out there, right? But Eminem, if he cracks the top 10, to be honest, I would put Eminem at 11. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. I ain't really making no official list. But Eminem, good lyricist, and he's had some great songs. But I mean, overall, it's okay. Like listening to it as an adult, it don't hit the same. I'm gonna just put it that. I don't know if I grew up or what. You know what I'm saying? But Eminem, I can't put at number 5. I would say maybe he cracks the top 10, but I would put him right outside of it. Let me hit the chat real quick. Entor says, thank you for looking. Big L's freestyles were amazing. Most definitely. No problem. We working through this together, man. We working through this list together because I think it's safe to say, like, everybody's top 5 is going to be the same, but we got to admit, like, how they put this together and structured this. Was there any real major thought? Because I feel like this is something that got to take at least a few weeks to do. Like you can do this in a couple hours. You got to take a break and go get lunch. You know what I'm saying? Especially depending on how you want to do it. We got, let's see, Medito. Hopefully I got that right. Says Jack Harlow in the top 10. I don't think Jack Harlow is on the list, but I'll type it in. I'll just put in Jack. Let me see if that'll pull up. Come on, man. He's not gonna be as all time. I'm mad I even searched that. Let's see. Big Money Son, he says, LOL, Black Thought is 28. They did him dirty. Those fools don't know hip hop. The fuck out of here. Facts. Because Black Thought and the Roots, man, very impactful. And then I guess we put Erykah Badu them in R&B, but they had a great song together. I loved it. Even though Jill Scott would originally wrote that piece, but just knowing a little bit of history, I know, man, I love hip hop, but yeah, this list is, I don't know how they ever put this together, but my thing is this: there's no way Jay is one, and then I think they put, I was going down the list to look for Kendrick. I'm gonna just put in Lamar. I think he's at number 2. Yeah, so they have Kendrick at number 2. No disrespect to K-Dot. I love K-Dot's music. He can make the top 10, but I feel like you gotta put the people that paved the way up first. That's just how I look at it. Kendrick's definitely lyricist. He's had very impactful songs. He don't have to drop a lot, and this is my thing too. Wherever Kendrick is, wherever Kendrick is on anybody's list, or I don't know what number I will put Kendrick, but what I'm trying to say is, wherever I put Kendrick, I'll put J. Cole right behind him. So if I had Kendrick at number 8, J. Cole would be number 9. I'm not saying that's what they are on my official list, but those two kind of run neck and neck for coming out around the same time, and just being impactful around that time too. J. Cole kind of came out before him, but I feel like their pop kind of, like their hit stuff kind of really took off around the same time, because we kind of mentioned them interchangeably, easily. Granted, J. Cole took a different turn from what I'm used to, But still got to give him credit where credit is due. Big Money Sonny says Chingy top 5 dead or alive. That is definitely a joke. Even though he had his, he had his run. Then I wonder if Nelly's on the list, because Nelly, he was very impactful. The Saint Lunatics. Let's see if Nelly on the list. Nope, Nelly's name not even coming up. I think that's valid and justifiable. Oh, speaking of which, Ja Rule, I know is not on the list because he was upset that he didn't make the list at all. Right now, sound off in the chat, because me and Dunks, we actually had this discussion in the sold out Discord, man. Should Ja Rule make this list? He's not on the list, but should Ja Rule? Do y'all know who Ja Rule is? Should Ja Rule make the list? I'm going to see what y'all say. I'm going to read through some more comments, but I definitely want to get y'all thoughts on that, and I'll give y'all my thoughts on it too, of course. Let me see. Big Money Sonny read that one. Kwame says, if we not talking Billboard, Doom gotta be on the list, on that list. True. Manny with the Kick says, yay, great producer, and he got too many ghostwriters for the list. I mean, to be honest, so Dr. Dre has ghostwriters. Speaking of which, if Dr. Dre's on the list, did Diddy make the list? I wonder if they put it on he got so many names. I wonder if they put it on the Puff Daddy or Diddy. Like, what is it? So we got Diddy coming up, and that's coming up under Lil' Kim. So Diddy didn't make the list, looks like. So yeah, Diddy didn't make the list. That means that's also, this is my thing. If Dr. Dre's on it, Diddy's got to be on it. But we're thinking, well, maybe because Puff didn't have bigger hits than Dr. Dre, but I mean, I guess his be like top hip hop producer. That would be another list, but Dre would be on that one too. But I guess Dr. Dre actually got he's got 2 albums. He did the Chronic 2001, and then he's finally scrapped the Detox album, and he just made his last one be whenever they did the Straight Outta Compton. He made that pretty much, that soundtrack, be his final project music wise. So Dre on the list, I know for sure. What number did they put him at? Let me see what number they put Dre at. Let me see number where they put Dre. Real quick. Let me see. Hold up. Let me go back. I may have went too far back. Let me see. Let me see where they put him at. Dr. Dre is definitely on the list. Let me go back one. Boom. Scrimming through. Because everybody, Snoop Dogg was on that. But yeah, if you got them on there, it's got to be Dr. Dre's got to be on the list. Dr. Dre's got to be on the list. Because I feel like that's just a requirement. You know what? I'm going to just type in Dr. Dre because I'm assuming they didn't put the joint. Let's see. Dr. Boom. Let me see. Dr. Dre. Nothing coming up. Did they put the little dot behind it? Because, sometimes it goes by that. There we go. They put the dot behind it, of course. So Dr. Dre is at 40. That's definitely BS too. If Dr. Dre is going to be on the list, he could easily, Dr. Dre should be in the top 10. I'm not going to say Dr. Dre should be like after 5, 6, 7. No, but Dr. Dre should definitely be in the top. He should crack the top 10. If Snoop's there, then Dr. Dre is easily there as well. No matter how you slice it and dice it. Let's see. Intor says, could swap M spot with Ye. That's a fact. I agree with that. I could respect that. Big Money Sonny says Eminem is 3rd on my list behind Pac and Nas. How? I'm about to pull a Kanye. How? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hate. Big Money Sonny says, Jonesy, you drunk with the ranking Eminem out of the top 10? I'm not drunk. I'm being realist. This is my thing. The only reason, and I could do a whole nother live on Eminem. I don't want to sound like a hater, right? Eminem only really goes in if he's got to diss somebody. Because he come from that battle rap era, which I respect it. But to be honest, most of the songs that I like of Eminem, he has to go in on somebody. I'm like, okay, now that's good. I mean, this dude was literally taking shots at his own mom, which I think they've squashed the beef and everything's good now. But he took shots at everybody. That's where he was doing the controversial rap. And I know everybody likes Stan, and for me, I am what I say I am. I rock with Eminem. Let me clarify this. He's got some great songs, but overall, man, he's for a different audience. He appeals to us and we respect him, but where I'm from, what I'm trying to say is nobody said put on that new Eminem. And I know Dunks, if he was here, you're like, you did though, because I definitely had, and I bought his physical CDs, when we were still doing that back in the day. I was riding to him and listening to him, but I mean, you ain't finna play that in the hood where we grew up. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't really grow up in the hood, but when we definitely rode through. We grew up out the mud for real. I ain't saying we grew up in a better, but we saw it. But nobody said put on that Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Not even like Eminem was a great thing to help Dre bounce back. And that's because he could be versatile, because he could appeal to multiple different audience. And I think that's what it is. To me, I borderline look at Eminem as almost, I'm not taking away anything from him, but I just feel like he was a little gimmicky when he first came out. I think they use him as a gimmick just to get everything popping. That's just my thoughts. Don't judge me. Don't shoot the messenger. Let's see. We got Meto says, damn, well, Yeet definitely made the list. Yeet ain't making no list, man. I'm tired of seeing Yeet around here. I ain't even really gave him a chance, though. We're talking of all time. You got to be, and that's another thing, too. Y'all tell me this. To be considered all time, how many years should you have under your belt? I think personally, right? And we can knock a lot of people off this list or we can keep a lot of people. Hip hop, this is a 50-year hip hop list. I mean, hip hop's been around for 50 years. This is my thing. If you haven't done 20 years in hip hop, that eliminates some people already. You know what I'm saying? You got to be 20 years in the game. I think you need to be on the list. You got to be in the game for over 20 years to be considered like on this list. At least to be considered in like the top 10, top 15. You got to be in the game for over 20 years. So that would move Drake them off of it. That would move Kendrick up off of certain things. That would take J. Cole up off of certain things. Not saying they wouldn't make the list, but they would have to go higher up by default. You got to be in the game for over 20 years. Now, keep in mind, Lil Wayne has been in the game for over 20 years. He came in at such a young age. Again, keep in mind, he was out in the 9-9, in 1999, because that's when Juvenile song taking over the 9-9 in 2000. Cash Money was there, and so was Wayne, and Wayne was rapping just as hard as him. He just wasn't. I remember when they considered Juvenile was considered the best in the group, and then Lil Wayne just took it on his back and just perfected his craft and took off. You know what I'm saying? Not to keep tooting Lil Wayne's horn, but he definitely deserves more respect than that number 7. You know what I'm saying? The Slayer says Jack Harlow ain't even top 200. Oh, wow. Big Money Sonny says they wild with Kendrick. I love his music too, but number 2, yeah, I agree. Kendrick's not a number 2. I'm sorry. I love Kendrick as well, but he's not number 2. I like J. Cole a lot, but he ain't K. J. Cole made in the top 50 respectfully. Yeah, he's in the top 50, definitely. I'll still give him top 50. I feel like he's, in my world, I feel like J. Cole is slightly overrated. I like more of his older stuff than any of his new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it 100. Big Money Sonny says, Ja Rule, hell no. Top rappers, Puffy can't be there, bro. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe I'm assuming Puff never wrote any music. So I know Dr. Dre's definitely wrote. He's probably done it all. Like, I don't know if Puffy's did it or not. I'm assuming he has, but I mean, for the most part, it looks like, I don't know. I don't want to bash Puff because he's definitely came out with some major songs, but I think it was unique how he kind of did it. Like, I feel like Dr. Dre will make a beat from scratch, but can Diddy make a beat from scratch? I know we getting a little off mode here, but that's just where my mindset is with it, right? You know what I'm saying? I just want to see if that's where it is. So, let me hit the chat one more time. Let's see. Big Money said that. Let's see. Big Money Sonny says, and I'm from Queens. Big Money says, okay, we just got a 1999.
Just showing some love. Hit the like you all. Join the Discord and sign up for the DJ Music Hour. It's fire. We need more of these top rappers list. We need the panel to debate Homeboy. Salutes.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate that 1999 donation. Big Money Sonny says, just showing some love. Hit that like, y'all. Join the Discord and sign up for DJ Music Hour. It's fire. Most definitely. We need more of those top rapper lists. We definitely do. We need the panel to debate Homeboy. Salutes. Most definitely. Dunks definitely should have been on this one. We actually going to have to revisit this one because I realized that there's deeper than this list because it's definitely still a video. I want to show the old like MTV like list as well. I still haven't even got around to that because this topic is so touchy for me. I could probably talk about this for easily 2 hours, but I ain't gonna hold us all here for 2 hours, man. Let's see. Man with the Kick says dancing all in the videos and the producer list. All right, yeah, true. I mean, maybe he goes in on a different list then. I mean, because I just feel like we got to have a separate list for producers. But I mean, that's easy, just gonna be a top 10 list, I think. But then again, there's probably a lot of ones that's produced and I don't even realize it. Mike Pango says, is Jadakiss on the list? I believe he is. I think they did him dirty too, because I think personally, I feel like Jadakiss should be, I think Jadakiss is, I'm going to look him up, but I think Jadakiss should be at least, if he's not in the top 10, he should be right outside of it, but I could easily put him in the top 10, and I think they did back in the day, because he had some big hits as well. So yeah, Jadakiss is on the list, number 46. And this is why I said too earlier, there need to be hip hop groups on the list. I feel like Jadakiss did his own thing solo, but you can't mention it without the Locks. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like you got to put the Locks on here a little bit too towards the end, but I think they definitely still deserve it. You know what I'm saying? J Rod says Lupe Fiasco better be on the list. I don't think Lupe is actually on the list, but he should be. If we're gonna go off lyrics. Nope, Lupe is not on the list. I repeat, Lupe is not on the list, and he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he did his thing. But let's see. Big Money Sonny says the Locks needs to be on the list, not just Jada. Agreed. We can all agree on that. We can definitely all agree on that. Let's see. Manny with the Kick says Lupe Fiasco definitely on the list. Nope, he is not on the list. Manny with the Kicks, unfortunately. Mike Pango says Eminem is boosted because we live in a media dominant world. True, a white media dominant world. I didn't want to say it, but I'll say this. I don't disagree. I've always said that, and most rappers say that because Eminem, like, not to take shots at your homie or your favorite rapper, Manny, or not Manny, but Big Money Sonny, not to take shots, Big Money Sonny, but Eminem knows that's, like, think about it. That's why Eminem music now is in a different, he can't pop today. He gonna pop because of his name, but he can't really, his stuff is not the same, like he's not, I can't put him in the top 10, top 20 maybe, but he's had some good songs. Don't get me wrong. It's just that at the same time, he's had that crossover material. You know what I'm saying? He can cross over and appeal to multiple audiences, and that's where I'm at with it. And to be honest, when him and MGK, MGK had MGK, which is what Machine Gun Kelly, when they had their battle, I think MGK made a better song, like a better, like disc wise. Eminem had him like lyrically, but as far as like better song overall, and no, I'm not like lit or drunk or anything, but I mean, that's just I'd rather put on the MGK joint. I mean, his song numbers do just as big, even though Eminem's like broke the YouTube like for a minute, but we got Samara in the building says Ice Spice should take Nicki's spot. Okay, I know that's a joke. Manny with the Kick says 46 for Jada. That whole list is ass, my guy. Exactly. I think Jada should be, if he's not in the top 10, he's got to be at number 11, 12. He could be easily in the top 15. Jada definitely got to be in the top 15, man. No matter how you slice it and dice it. I think he should be at least in the 15. J-Rod says, Lupe not on the list. Burn that damn list. Big Money Sonny says, facts. Manny Kwame says, I think M even admit to that. Yeah, Eminem definitely admits to that. Yeah, he knows what it was. Again, I don't want to take away from Eminem's legacy. He definitely did his thing, but he knows him being, who he being, where he was that crossover artist is what really, I think it helped him definitely more than it didn't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Big Money Sonny says, you crazy, Kwame. Most Def on the list. I don't think so. Let me see. Most Def. Actually, he is. He actually is. He's number 36. He changed his name to Yasin Bey, right? But I'm still just going to go by Most Def. I think Most Def, I feel like, all honesty, I put him in the top 25. I will move him down some more. Because, he kind of like stopped rapping and doing music. He still does his thing, but I remember he definitely was like that, straight, true, like hip hop artist. So I definitely think he deserves to be on the list. Future, right? we got to give Future on the list. I mean, he's definitely a part of that new wave. But actually, I'm lying. I just literally lied to you guys. Future's actually come out of the Dungeon family. Like, so he's been around. Like, Future's just, I would say this, right? Where Drake number is, Future should be either right underneath Drake. Because I think, like, they're going to have, they done that, like, they haven't aged. Future's only gotten better with time, it seems like. And Drake, you know, he's done it for the longest too. But that's why I think, honestly, when they did that collaboration joint, it was just as good as it is. So wherever Drake is, Future's gotta be. But I honestly would crack them in maybe the top 20, but I can't put them in the top 10. And you know what number they got Future at? They got him at 35. I think we can put a little bit more respect on that. Chuck D is at number 34 for Public Enemy. Public Enemy. So yeah, I think, you know, he definitely got to be on that. Busta Bus, you know, he definitely did his thing too. 33, I think that's a valid number. For some of this, I will say, some of it is justified. You know, they got T.I. at 32. Little Kim, yeah, they did her dirty on this one, man. And yeah, Lauryn Hill. So this is my thing. Lauryn Hill goes on there. She was very versatile, and I think she definitely deserves to be on the list as well, though. I don't want to take away from Lauryn. I would probably leave her right where she's at, to be honest. That's not a bad spot for her, given how much talent we got to push already. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let me hit the chat. Mike Pingo says, the real question is who is behind the list? How many people of color had a hand in it? I saw the video, the panel that was on it. It seems like it was I think it was a 50-50 split from what it seems like. You know what I'm saying? Again, I didn't really count it either. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making it what it looks like. Manny with the Kick says, hashtag Drake ? Kwame says, the list seemed questionable. Is Jizza on the list? I don't think he's on there. And I believe you're talking about from Wu-Tang Clan. He definitely should be on the list. Yeah, nah, he ain't on there. But I know they got Ghostface is on the list. Let me see what number they got him on there. Ghostface is on the list because I know Method Man is on the list. But Ghostface, they have him at 22. I can see that. I can see that. Let me see. They got Method Man. And of course, you know, if they got Method Man, you know they're gonna have Redman. But I know they got Meth. I know they got Method Man on the joint. So they got Redman. But I know they have Method Man too. Let me see. Let me just put in the whole Method joint. Let me see. Hold on. Method. Hopefully I'm getting it right. Yeah, Method Man has got to be on the list. So right there, that's Redman. No, yeah, that's Redman. So I know they got to have Meth. Let me see. Method Man. Here we go right here. That's what I thought. 25. So Method Man at number 25. I can see that too. I can see that. I could work with that one. But I feel like where Method Man is, Redman should be 2016. You know what I'm saying? Big Pun should be higher on the list. They got Big Pun at 26. I'm sorry, but Big Pun's got to be in top 10 by default. These are the people that I know for a fact that's got to be in the top 10, and we can debate this. But Pac, Big, Nas, Jay, Wayne, Big Pun, those are all got to be in your top 10 by default. You know what I'm saying? Easily. You know, we got to have those in the default by, like, those people definitely changed the game. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a messed up number for Big Pun, man. He was very versatile. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if they gave Fat Joe on the list. Let me see. I don't think so, but we'll see. Is Fat Joe on the list? I don't believe so. And we got Fat Joe right here, which he goes under Big Pun. Well, he doesn't. He was underneath Big Pun. He was next up after Big Pun. But yeah, Fat Joe not on the list. And I'm not mad at it. So we got Ice-T on the list. And he is at 46. I know he's at 45. I guess. He's definitely impactful. Let me see what they got Ice Cube at. Because he definitely said how he felt about the list, which he said he didn't care. So let's see where we got Ice Cube. That's Dr. Dre. So Ice Cube definitely, because Ice Cube wrote a lot of lyrics, man. So we got Common at 37. Very interesting. He definitely should be on the list. Here's Ice Cube. He's at 18. But we got to give impactful artists, lyrics on point. If we're going to use the cheat code that they give Jay-Z because of how versatile he is, Ice Cube can write, he's wrote some great films. You know what I'm saying? Boys in the Hood. You know what I'm saying? Fridays. You know what I'm saying? Barbershops. You know what I'm saying? He's a part of some great movies, man. But we're talking hip hop in general, but I feel like he brought one of the most hip hop movies out. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you slice it and dice it. You know what I'm saying? Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. Intro says, there are a lot of projects that are good start to finish in Future's catalog, in my opinion. And I agree with that. Future's Dirty Sprite 2, I can put it on, press play. I don't need to skip. Great example. Let me know. Big Money Sonny says, Most Def, my most personal favorite Brooklyn rapper of all time. Okay, I can give you that. Valid. Mike Pango says, Future over Lupe is Billboard, so it has to be based on radio hits. True, but I mean, Lupe did his thing. Lupe definitely did his thing, but I get what you're saying. But Lupe should definitely be on the list. He ain't even mentioned. But see, Lupe just stopped making music after X amount of albums, though. I mean, I think he finished his deal and he said he was done. And I think it was just he didn't like maybe the way the stuff was set up. He made his money and he was good. Manny with a Kick says, what number Drake? Drake, I believe they have at, I don't want to lie to you. I'm going to just type it in. Drake, they have at, let's go down. Okay, Drake, they have at number 8. I'm going to push Drake off the top 10. I'm sorry. Drake is good. Drizzy, Drake, Rogers. Wow. I love Drake's music. let me clarify this. I had when I first discovered Drake, I went back and just did his back catalog. Because when I first heard Drake, he did that You the Best song. Super catchy. May play that. Actually, man, we may have to do after the live. I'm going to stay on this joint for about another 28 minutes. Y'all want to hop on that Music Monday? I mean, y'all want to hop in that DJ Music Hour? We might have to just get in that DJ Music Hour and play some people from the list, man. I'm thinking about, at least for a good hour. DJ Music Hour after the live, so 9 o'clock. We're going to get out the joint at 8:30, so 9 o'clock. Let's hop in there for a little bit. But I was going to say, Drake, I should put him in the top 20, but I can't put him in the top 10 because there's so many greats before him. You know what I mean? Granted, Drake's had a great long run, and he's still talking about retirement. But I mean, he's good, but he ain't. There's people that's definitely over him. That he's not 8, and he's definitely Wayne will always be in front of him because honestly, I remember when Drake first came out, a lot of people thought it was Wayne. We slowly had to get used to Drake's voice versus Wayne's voice. You know what I'm saying? Keep that 100. Let me hit the chat real quick. We got Derek Perez. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. If not, I'm sorry, homie. I'll just say Perez. It says Drake had the longest run ever in hip hop history. Yes, but he borderline cheated it though, man. I mean, he comes in, think about it. If there's any new wave rapper that comes out, if he feels like they're going to give him any competition, he immediately hops on and do a remix with him, or he jacks their beat in some way, shape, or form. And, he did it with XXXTentacion, low key. And then what's a dude that that Cha-Cha song or whatever? I think he sampled that dude's song, that Hotline Bling. He got the Old Buddy song, had it first. And plus, rumor is that Drake and a lot of these people use ghostwriters too. I mean, so we can kind of take that off the list. Drake has wrote for some people, and some people have wrote for Drake. So I guess we can take that off the list because Dr. Dre's using ghostwriters. That's why I said Puff can low key make the list a little bit. I mean, if we're gonna go off of that, because Ice Cube definitely wrote a lot of NWA, which that's why I feel like we should have hip hop groups on this list. NWA, but I guess they would do can you do a top 50 hip hop groups? I think we would have to just do a top 20 something hip hop groups. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think we could even really, the list would have to go longer. You know what I'm saying? Let me hit the chat real quick. Mike Penguin says longer than Jay-Z. Yeah, I would say he's had a longer run than Jay-Z because Jay-Z, he had went on that retirement thing too, where he was after the Black album, he was supposed to be done, but then he came back and made more albums, you know. But I don't think Drake. I don't know. Let me rephrase. I don't think Jay-Z's music is impactful. He had his moment, but like not on the level of Drake if we're gonna compare him. But you notice, if I'm not mistaken, almost majority of Drake's albums got a Jay-Z feature, or at least I can think of 3 has a Jay-Z feature. At least, or 2. I could just be 2. But I mean, when they get on track together, they do their thing. So, I mean, it is what it is. He's still, like I said, I'm not taking away from Jay-Z, but I just think, you know, longest run definitely goes to Drake. But I think he had a little bit of a cheat code, in my opinion. We got Perez says, I only know Ice-T from Law and Order, not no music. Yeah, he didn't do it. Once he crossed over to that acting world, he never went back. So I remember him from New Jack City. Shouts out to Big Money Sonny's profile picture. But yeah, I remember him from that. We got like, he just like a lot, even like Queen Latifah, like she's on the list, but once she crossed over into acting, it seemed like she never really went back, right? We can give Queen because we don't give the ladies enough like love either. So this MC Lyte is actually on the list at 47, but I know Queen Latifah is on the list. She's at 44. So I could get that justification for Queen Latifah, but she did her thing though. She definitely did her thing. So yeah, Queen Latifah, but she's, you know, she crossed over to the acting world. So Manny with the Kick says, wow, big pun, number 26, shaking my head. Exactly. Mike Pangle says, what you know is on you, my guy. What you know is on you, my guy. Okay, I got you. You're talking to Eric Perez on that one. Let's see. Perez says, what's good? What's a good Ice-T song? Can anybody name one? Perez says, what? He says, I ain't taking Drake out the top 10. You got to. I mean, everybody's list gonna be different, but me personally, I gotta take him out of the top 10. Mike Pengo says, type his name in Spotify. Who, Ice-T? Yeah, I think his was what is it, Cop Killer or something like that. One of his biggest hits, Cop Killer. He was on that type of. He kind of give me like almost NWA vibes too a little bit, but he was more on he had a mixture, like, and I mean like title wise. I don't mean like as far as like their styles were completely different. Which, let me bring up this too while we're on this hip hop topic. One thing that I respect more about hip hop back in the day than now is the fact that reality is, no matter how you slice it and dice it, if you sounded like somebody that was coming up back in the day, people would call you out and you couldn't do it anymore. When you came out, you had to bring everybody had to bring their own unique style, and then you blink your eye, and I want to say they started doing this in the like I want to say this, after like Wayne, after Drake came out sounding like Wayne, then a lot of people started mimicking Wayne's style. So again, we got to give it to Wayne. I could easily say Wayne is the reason why music sounds the way that it does today. But we can take it back to the auto-tune, then we got to mention T-Pain. But I know T-Pain, I guess T-Pain falls on the R&B, right? But I'll say he used the auto-tune, you know, but I think Wayne I think there were some people that actually did it first, you know. I think it was actually, if we're going to keep it 100, it was probably Roscoe Dash. You know, I do your research. But, you know, the auto-tune thing took off, and then slowly everybody started biting the Wayne. But Wayne, I feel like Wayne took it to another level when he did it. You know what I mean? Let me hit the chat. Big Money says, DJ Music Hour after party. Let's get it, Jeremy. Most definitely, man. Perez says, I mean, Kanye West has ghostwriters. Most definitely. Kanye West has ghostwriters. Drake had, majority of the people on the list have ghostwriters. Now, I don't think like Jay-Z. Now, Jay-Z's wrote for Dr. Dre, but I don't think Jay-Z's had writers. I don't believe, which we'll bring this too, right? If we're going to give this on the list of like greatest hip hop. Wayne said he don't write none of his lyrics. Jay-Z said he doesn't write. He just hears the beat, types a little something on the pager and goes in and freestyles it. You know what I'm saying? So Jay-Z doesn't write. So we got to give him credit there. Lil Wayne said he doesn't write, but Jay-Z's favorite rapper, he said, was pretty much Notorious B.I.G. to the best of my knowledge. And to the best of my knowledge, B.I.G. didn't write. So a lot of the greats didn't write, but that don't mean you don't have to, because Nas is a writer and he's an excellent writer. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Tupac wrote, because we seen him write in the lab. So, you know what I mean? On the yellow pad joint. So, yeah. So that doesn't really disqualify you from the list. Be saying like, should you just freestyle it? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these rappers say they don't write. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, I think Future said he doesn't write anymore. A lot of people they just go in and do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? If you got that type, that's just something. I look at it like this. For the people who say they don't write, like Wayne, like Jay, like Future, look how long they've been in the game. They know how to just make mute. You know what I'm saying? They just get in there and they hear the beat. They have, as it's coming to them, they just get in the stew and go right then and there. You know what I'm saying? But what's funny about it is when you see Lil Wayne preparing for a concert, he has to go over his own lyrics. But to defend Lil Wayne, he's got so many freaking songs. There's no telling what he has to prepare. He arrives early to get the show right. Let's see. Perez says, we read that one, says facts 100. I tell people all the time that Wayne doesn't get enough credit for his impact in music, period. Most definitely. He definitely doesn't. Like I said, think about it. Lil Wayne's favorite, like I'm going to put it this way. This is the best way I could put it. Wayne's favorite rapper is Jay-Z. And then Jay-Z said his favorite rapper is Big. Nas' favorite rapper, I believe, is Tupac. That's why Tupac and Big got to get at top, because all of the top greats are at the top. Their favorite rappers are those guys. And then so Wayne, you know, with him being Jay-Z, his favorite rapper, but a lot of people that are doing music now, they're going to say their favorite rapper is Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said Lil Wayne's got to be in the top 5 by default, and he's earned that slot. A Slayer says, no damn way Jay-Z better than Big. Stop the cap. I agree. That's what people saying. Like, I think they're looking at success-wise, and yeah, you know, they got Bum B at 43, but I feel like if you're going to do, this is why I think hip-hop groups should be on the list, because I feel like there should be Bum B and Pimp C, which that would be UGK. You know what I'm saying? That should be UGK. Easily. You know what I'm saying? They should be on the list. You know what I'm saying? Redman's on here. It's 42. Justifiable. I would actually probably move him back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? E40's on the list. I personally couldn't get into none of E40's music, but he definitely was impactful for his wave on the West Coast. Ludacris is 39. I don't see how Ludacris makes it over Dr. Dre. I don't see how Ludacris makes it over Dr. Dre at all. You know what I'm saying? So that is funny to me. You know what I'm saying? Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. Mike Pango says, not going to lie, I love Nas' newer stuff a lot more because of Hit Boy. Nas always had the lyrics, but not the beats. Unpopular opinion, new music / old music. I will agree with you. And Nas, Nas is arguably my favorite rapper of all time. But to agree with you, Mike Pango 100, he's never had the best production. Why? Like he's had some great songs, but honestly, if you listen to Nas for the lyrics, every last one of his songs is awesome. But once you hear that beat behind it, like, man, this should be rapped over something else. This needs to be rapped over something else. But he's got great songs like One Mic, and let's not forget Ether, classic. Arguably one of the greatest diss songs of all times, and it's going at what they're saying, who's number one. But if we do it, and that's a whole nother topic, if we was to do Nas and Jay-Z, who had the better diss song, that goes back hand in hand all the time. Really, it goes down to who's fan of a fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they squashed their beef and made other songs. But, yeah, Nas, you're right. He definitely, and I've been getting into his new stuff too with Hit Boy. He definitely found a good person that brought out not necessarily the best of him, because he's already had the lyrics. He just had the right beat behind it now. You know what I'm saying? Antor says Drake and Young Thug are both huge and owe a ton to Wayne. Most definitely. Because Young Thug has come out and said that easily Lil Wayne is his favorite rapper of all time. You know, it's his favorite rapper. So, I mean, and to be honest, when Thug first came out, he was sounding a little like Lil Wayne. In fact, the one song I've heard them on together, which I don't even think they were in the studio together, I forgot the name, but they did a song like together. But honestly, it took me a minute to decipher who was who. you know, because they were interchangeably going back and forth, and I feel like they edited the rap like that edited that like that on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Commons 37. We got Mos Def. We got Future. Went through some of this list. Chuck D. Busta Rhymes 33. I do want to compare the old list. I do got this. I'm gonna play it on mute. Y'all just gotta kind of follow along on the screen. I'm gonna skim through it, but this is the old list that I was talking about before. Pretty much this was back in the day when I was like in high school. So I do got it on mute because I don't want to catch a copy strike. But this is pretty much the list from before. So I'm gonna speed through this just a little bit just to see what they got. So I believe, hold on, because they got this. Chuck D is at 22. They have Method Man at 21. Queen Latifah is 20. They have LL Cool J at 19. Okay, let me pause it. Let me see what they have LL Cool J on the list, because I want to compare the two. LL Cool J. I gotta see this. Let me see. Cool. Let me see if we got this on there. LL Cool J. DMX is number 21. I can work with that. So they got LL Cool J on the list at 14. And on the old list back in the day when I was in school, he was at number 17, right? So then we got Foxy Brown at 18. Is Foxy Brown on this list? I hate to do a slight comparison, but I have to real quick. Because Foxy Brown, I can't believe we was about to do a whole live and not mention her. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Foxy Brown's not on the list. So, but Foxy Brown has made it on the 20s list back in the day. What's changed now? I think she should definitely deserve to be on the list in the top 50. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. Perez says they got to do a top 100 R&B list of all time. Yeah, because R&B, there is so many great people in there, man. I don't think they could do a 50 on that one. That would be hard. And then to give it a number one, that would be a tough one too. Many of the Kick says, no cap, I be bumping King's Disease 3, Mike Pango. Most definitely. It go hard. But it's old list. They got Foxy Brown on there for number 18. Common is on 17, so he made it on the other list. Snoop Dogg, 16 on this list. Who is this? KRS-One is at 15. Did KRS-One make this list? I don't think KRS made this list. KRS, let's see. Did he make this list? Actually, he did. So KRS made it at 24 on this list. And on the older list back in the day, he's at 15. So I would say roughly they got it right on that one. Snoop, let me see what Snoop is on this list. Snoop on this list, and I think I've already touched it. He's number 9. I could say that. I could say Snoop being in top 10. I could say, because thing is, he worked, him and Tupac, Gangsta Party, you know what I'm saying? Like, Snoop got a lot of hits that we may not even really think of. He's been in the game, if we're talking longevity, he survived a lot. You know what I'm saying? The Slayer says, what about Gangstar, DJ Quick, Phife Dawg, MPMD? MPMD, I think, is going to be a group, right? I don't think they're going to, they didn't do groups. But I think, like, I love those groups as well. I love all those music, but they're mentioned, but they're not, like, you know what I'm saying? They don't have them type of people on the list. Gangstar, I used to listen to him a lot. I think R.I.P. to Gangstar. I believe he's passed away. Hopefully, I'm not putting him in the grave, but yeah, I think he had a space in his name. Gangstar. Yeah, he's not on. Like, he's definitely not on a list. And I can see that. Phife Dawg, I know, is not on. Q-Tip's on there, but I don't think Phife Dawg's on there. But I know Q-Tip is on there. Let's see. Q-Tip is what they got Q-Tip at. Q-Tip is. I could have sworn they had Q-Tip. Maybe they did it with a dash, because sometimes they do the little dash thing, which I don't think they should do the dash. Just write it out. But Q-Tip, he's at 27. So Q-Tip's at 27. I don't think Phife Dawg is going to be on here, but I'll look. Let me see. Phife is what? Phif. So Phife. Yeah, Phife is just mentioned on here, but he's not on the list. And I know that's kind of messed up. But I feel like they should have did hip hop. I've been saying that the whole live. I feel like they should have did hip hop groups on here as well. Mike Pango says, yo, when I was young and dumb, I picked Beautiful by Snoop Dogg as my wedding song. Look at me today. I'm proud. I'm probably never gonna, I'm never getting married. That song go hard though with Pharrell. They had a great I love the music he's done with Pharrell. But that song had its moment too. But KRS on the older list at 15. Run DMC at 4. See, this is the thing. They put rappers, but see, this list actually mentioned groups because they put Run DMC, DMX. They have at 13. I feel like DMX definitely got to be on it. See, they got Nelly on this list, but I think if Nelly makes the top 50, he's cracking 50 barely. Big Pun is at 11 on this list. I feel like that should go down more on this list, but Big Pun don't get, this shows you right here, Big Pun don't get the what he deserved. Missy Elliott was at number 10 on this list. So Beastie Boys, they did groups on here. They did groups. That's a different. What is Missy? I think Missy had I know Missy gotta be on the list. Okay, she is. Number 19. I can see that. You know what's funny? With her being from Virginia, I'm surprised that, and I don't know this, maybe they have, but I don't feel like her and Pharrell has done a song. I feel like they should link up. If they have, let me know in the chat. But I feel like with them both being from Virginia, but I know they're different parts of Virginia, but they're not that far from each other. You know what I'm saying? But on this list that we were just watching right here, it's like Beastie Boys. What number they had them at? Number 9. We had Lil' Kim at number 8. Dr. Dre at number 7. Rakim at 6. Jay-Z at 5. That's accurate for me, right? Nas at number 4. I can work with that. Eminem is not at number. Why does Eminem get so much credit? They have Eminem as number 3 on this list. I'm glad they finally moved him down on the top 50 list. I don't see how he makes the top 3 on this list. And this is back in the day. Keep in mind this was uploaded in 2013, but I honestly want to say this was probably back in 07 or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't quote me because I'm almost positive if I wasn't in high school, I was probably almost freshly out of that joint. Intro says, hey, I got to run for the night. Thank you for the stream. Y'all have a good one. Most definitely. Peace out, Intro. We definitely going to be on this joint another like 8 minutes or so. And then we're going to link up on music, on the DJ Music Hour here. Just kind of, this is a good topic. We're going to have to revisit this again for sure. Probably a group discussion. Notorious B.I.G. at number 2. And, of course, number 1 has to be none other than Tupac, man. Yeah. Pac's number 1 in my book. So I feel like this was not wrong. And I feel like this. If somebody said Big was number 1 over Tupac, I could see that too. But Tupac, he done everything. You know what I mean? Controversial. We can say he borderline brought, like, think about it. The drill rap is nothing but upgraded, like, gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to keep it 100. That's all it is. And then see, this is the list right here kind of spread out. So this is the top 20 list. And this is the same list as that I was going through, but it's nice to just get them all up on the screen and kind of break it down. Mike Pango says, at Manny with the Kick says, Hit Boy and Nas work together as good as PB and J, peanut butter and jelly. So on this list, the Slayer says, M is dope, but not top 10. I never hear M in the streets, but he a hell of a lyricist. Yeah, he definitely a hell of a lyricist. And that's what I was trying to say earlier, Strayer. Eminem, you're not gonna hear him in the street. It's kind of one of those, he went main. I think he's always gonna be stuck in that mainstream thing. Even though I know he came from the battle rap and underground scene. I know it sounds weird, but I mean that's just what they had to do to get him to pop. But here's a list kind of spread it out, top 20, which we've already debunked this. We got to do some shifting here, but they have Jay-Z number 1, Kendrick number 2, Nas number 3, Tupac's number 4, M's number 5, which I totally disagree. But on the list we just saw back in the day, they had him at number 3. Eminem's got to go down. If Eminem's on this top 20, he's at 20. You know what I'm saying? Man with the Kick says, that's a fact, Mike Pango. Yeah, definitely. That's a fact. So number 6, Biggie Smalls. Number 7, Lil Wayne, which he's not happy about that. Drake, 8. Snoop Dogg, number 9. Nicki's style is so much similar to Lil' Kim. I almost said Lil' Kim, but it's Nicki Minaj. Kanye is at 11. Andre 3000 is at 12, which I feel like is not fair that Big Boy's not on the list. Rakim, 13, which I feel like Rakim could easily be a little bit higher as well. LL Cool J, 14. I feel like that's a fair number for him. J. Cole, them should be fine. Like Drake, J. Cole should be off the... If they're on the 20, they're at the end. Let's see. Scarface is at 16. I feel like he don't get enough credit, with the Ghetto Boys. Definitely salutes to Scarface. 50 at 17. I would put 50... more towards the end of the list, so I feel like that's a fair number because he had a major run. But like I said too, wherever 50 is, Ja Rule's got to be at least 6 doors down, at least 5. Like if 50's at 17, Ja Rule's got to be at like what 18, 19, 20. He's got to be at like 24, 25 ish somewhere, you know, or if not further. But he's got to be on the list. Ice Cube at 18, he should definitely be. If we're gonna go off lyrics, he's got to be a little bit higher as well. I think Ice Cube, you could arguably put him in the top 10. You could debate of putting Ice Cube in the top 10 in my opinion. The Slayer says Nicki Minaj higher than Rakim is illegal. That's a fact. I love Nicki just as well as the next person, but I would crack her. I would crack Drake, Nicki, J. Cole. I would push them off in another lane, you know, into the next bracket because they're the generation underneath that. You know what I'm saying? Kanye could probably still, like I said, Kanye, I feel like I would push him out of the top. I would push him in the top 20-ish too because, I mean, he was out before Drake. But yeah, Drake, like Kanye and 50 them got to be somewhat because they were out around the same time. They got Missy Elliott at 19 and Big Daddy Kane at 20. The list is a little bit disrespectful. There's no way Tupac would be Tupac. Let me put it this way: Tupac and Big will always be at least worst case scenario 1, 2, or 3. You know what I'm saying? We can debate. Y'all can debate me all day long, but they will always be. To me, they'll always be number 1 and number 2 because they kind of, you know, they changed the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thoughts on it. And then, you know, I think at the very, very back of the list, they got your boy Rick Ross at number 50, which I could easily, I don't know. Ross did his thing, but I can't say he deserves to be at 50. Let me do a quick search real quick. I don't know. Ross was impactful, but I can't even, when I think of hip-hop lists, I wouldn't even think of Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. I wouldn't even, like, I do, but I don't think of him being, I don't know. Like, yeah, but they have him at number 50. And don't get me wrong, Ross did his thing, but I mean, it's, I don't know. Run DMC. See, they're kind of cheating it. Because Run, like, yeah, they're cheating this. This is a cheat code because they're putting Run DMC, like, in parentheses. Like, we know you can't mention him without mentioning Run DMC, so it should be Run DMC. Melly Mel at 48. Yeah, he could be moved down some more. MC Light, 47. Disrespectful. Jadakiss 46. Ice-T, yeah. We kind of dumbed down this list. We've already kind of broke it through. But yeah, I feel like this list needs to be what I think, right? And I'm going to sum it up for tonight. Let me get myself back on the main screen because we're coming up on an hour and 30 minutes. I'm about to close things out for the night. But let me see. Getting myself back on the main thing. What I want to leave with this whole list, and I think we can all agree to this, right? While everybody's numbers are slightly interchangeable, I just feel like they should have had more people from hip hop in the building. You know what I'm saying? Not the people that you're going to choose from, but you got to, not saying they didn't because they've had people that work with Billboard and stuff like that. They're going off, I don't know what they're truly going on. They're going off all around the place and it's a little bit biased and everybody's list is going to be biased. I get that. But what I'm saying is like, I feel like we're going to need like somebody that was hand in hand with a lot of the stuff and grew up around it to really help make some of the decisions on that one, man. That's just it's a tough call, and I feel like no matter how they do the list, somebody's gonna have an issue with it if you're gonna keep it 100. And but this ain't the list for sure though. This ain't the right order. There's some people missing. You know what I'm saying? We can all agree on that. Mike Pango says they're legendary for a reason. Have some respect, list makers. Most definitely. I can agree with that. Definitely. If they're mentioned, you know what I'm saying? When we think, you got to think not only necessarily, and I'm going to close with this for the night, man. We don't want to just also think hits. We got to think impact too. Impact. We got to think impact. The song, the way it did. We got to think lyrics. Like, we got to break this down into categories. You got to think lyrics, the impact. Tupac, super impactful, super lyrical, super great songs. But yeah, you got to think their song ability, the melody. You got to think their lyrics. You got to think all of that in between, man. It's a lot. It's really hard to make that type of list. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry when you all. My thing is this: the numbers that Eminem keeps getting hit at like those high numbers. My thing is this: he ain't across. He got songs and he got hits and he got lyrics, but he's not all. He's impactful, so I can see why. I mean, he hits all the boats. He hits all the nails on the head, but it's still like it's still got to think of the whole culture though. They're looking at where he appealed to a different audience. Where this my thing is this, and I don't want to sound. You can ask some races, right? And some people just love hip hop in general, so it's not really a race thing. But what I was gonna say is you can kind of where I grew up, right? You can say like, okay, have you heard? Some people haven't heard of some of these. Or like, I know where I went to school, right? I can ask X amount of kids and they wouldn't know who Big Daddy Kane is, but they would know who Eminem is. You know, it's just, I guess you can say that's where Eminem's getting that credit, where he is impactful overall. But I don't think like we said, Eminem, you're not finna ride through the hood and somebody say, hey, yo, put on that Eminem. Sorry. And no shots at you, Big Money Sonny. But that's going to be it for the night, man. Been on this joint for an hour and 30 minutes, man. Y'all smash the like button. Sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already, man. If you like sneaker content, you are in the right place. Of course, my name is Jeremy Jones, and of course, I make sneaker content. This is Music Mondays, and of course, you know, if you like occasional try-on hauls, you are in the right place. Y'all also signed up for that sold out Discord that's pinned in the chat if you haven't done so already, man. And don't forget to hit the like on this button, man. And I'm going to officially close things out for the night. Thank you all for coming through and kicking it with the kid with this topic. We will revisit this again when Dunks is available, because I know he had to work a little bit of overtime, so Dunks is getting that back. So salute to Dunks, and we're officially out this thing, man. Peace.
Lately they've been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me, they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. Now I got 'em right, shit. I've been tryna make these hits, I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit, now I got 'em on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three, I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they've been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me, they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. Now I got 'em like. Lately they've been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me, they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. So I got 'em like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. Now I got 'em right, shit. I've been tryna make these hits, I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit, now I got 'em on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three, I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I I can't trust nobody cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know, you sick. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got 'em like, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got 'em like. Lately they've been calling.